Arizona and Idaho say no more capital gains tax on gold and silver. Student loan balance defaults soar to over $137 billion, and home builders have not been this confident since the peak of the last housing bubble. Here are your collapse trends for March 16th, 2017. It begins. Idaho and Arizona pass bills to remove capital gains taxes on gold and silver. In just the past week, lawmakers in Idaho and Arizona have passed bills removing capital gains tax from gold and silver coins and bars. Normally, when individuals sell gold or silver, they may pay capital gains tax on any increase on the value of their precious metals investments. However, gold and silver are really not investments per se, rather they perform as real money. This Arizona House bill to remove capital gains tax on gold and silver is a big step forward to reintroduce precious metals back as their rightful role as real money or high-quality stores of value. It's good to see states preparing for a time when the US dollar is no longer seen as a viable form of money. Balance of student loans and default soars to over $137 billion. Average amount owed is $30,650 per federal student loan borrower. Average amount owed per borrower continues to tick up, rising 17% since the end of 2013, when borrowers owed an average of $26,300. $137 billion in defaults for federal loans originated by financial institutions, the FFEL, and the U.S. Department of Education Direct. A total of $137.4 billion in balances were in default for federal loans originated by financial institutions and the U.S. Department of Education. A total of $137.4 billion in balances were in default, a 14% increase from 2015. This cumulative level of defaulted balances includes loans which defaulted in previous years. In 2016, 1.1 million federal direct loan borrowers defaulted. Federal law typically defines a federal student loan default as being 270 days past due. The largest holder of these loans is Navient, with $87.7 billion in outstanding loans as of the end of 2016. With more than 16 million Americans still on the hook for bank-based federal student loans, the cost of being kept in the dark is real. Student loan default rates are a huge collapse trend to watch. As we can see, the defaults are accelerating, which could be the black swan event that triggers the financial collapse. Home builders have not been this confident since the peak of the last housing bubble. Builder confidence in the market for newly built single-family homes jumped 6 points to a level of 71 on the National Association of Home Builders Wells Fargo Housing Market Index, the HMI. This is the highest reading since June of 2005, the ultimate peak of the last housing bubble. Builders are buoyed by President Trump's actions on regulatory reform, particularly his recent executive order to rescind and revise the waters of the U.S. rule that impacts permitting, said NAHB Chairman Granger McDonald. All three HMI components posted robust gains in March. As prolific author Upton Sinclair famously stated, "It is difficult to get a man to understand something when his salary depends upon his not understanding it." This collapse trend is important to monitor, especially after the Federal Reserve has raised rates. Therefore, mortgage rates are also going to increase as well, which is going to put downward pressure on home sales. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to sign up for our mailing list so we can send you collapse alerts as they happen.